Hey y'all, welcome back to the cheat code. So this is part two. So this is the reading on the streamer named Clavicular, aka Braden Peters. So if you watched part one, that was just some information channel messages, some intuitive insights about Clavicular. This reading is in very high demand for my spirit guides. I even lost sleep over it, just constantly harassing me that basically if I don't do the reading, I'm going to continue to be tortured. So yeah, it could be some darker energies that want to convey these messages, or maybe there might be some, I don't know, there might be something to gain from this, maybe some insight as to how the minds and the brains of people who perform these sort of activities work. I always ask for readings to be for the highest and greatest good of all parties involved. So I continue with that in mind. And again, I've just cleansed the energy. So we are going to be using a deck that's about fallen angels, some fallen angel messages, the True Crime Oracle deck, the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck, and the Horror Tarot deck, as well as I said, the True Crime deck, right? So we're going to be using those decks. And let's see what messages we have. So they want to start with the fallen angel messages. So what messages do you have regarding Clavicular that you'd like to share? Okay, what messages regarding Clavicular? Okay, so we have war and strife. We have infamy. We have despair and unaliving, personal unaliving, we'll say. Any other messages? No. Yes or no? This one, rage. Okay, so I'm guided to stop there. Do you want me to just go ahead from what I have here or pull more cards? Pull more cards. So we're going to the True Crime Oracle deck. And let's see what we get from the True Crime Oracle deck. What messages do you have for Clavicular? I have legal proceedings. I have couple. And is this a card? Yes. Drugs / poison, or we'll say substances / poison. Any other messages? Aliens. Fire. Any other messages? Spouse or partner. Any other messages? I apologize for any noise in the background. There's always a lot of paranormal activity and noises going on lately when I've been doing readings. Party. Any other messages, please? Water. Okay, I think we're getting to a lot of cards here now. Crime of passion. And we'll just pick one more. Any other messages? One more. Landfill. Okay. And at the bottom we have homicide. Okay. They want me to just pull all the cards at the same time. I don't know if there's no room for that. Yeah, they want me to pull them, so we'll see. I don't know if I think there's a very distraught spirit that wants me to get this thing done in this way. So I'm at the, what is this one called? The Horror Tarot deck. So I have the Five of Pentacles. Let's see where I can fit this. Five of Pentacles. Any other messages? We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Swords. I just heard a personal unaliving of their own doing. Oh, I have two cards here. I have the Queen of Wands and I have the Knight of Wands. I feel like I should stop there. Any other mess? No. Okay. So last but not least, the Moonology cards. So what cards in relation to Clavicular do you have that you want to give? These are popping up all over the place. Okay, so we have New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Any other messages? Full Moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. First quarter moon in Cancer, push through any insecurity. That's it. Okay. So let's see what we have in terms of messages that I can figure out here. Okay, so let's take a look at the cards. So at this time, again, I'm going to call upon my spiritual team, my spirit guides of the highest way, light, and vibration, and my protection to help me to sort through these messages. Let's see. So I'm looking at legal proceedings and a couple. I'm getting a weird kind of like almost like mental image of Clavicular's parents separating themselves from him. Almost like, you know, when, what is it called? When someone has, like when they're a child and they like divorce their parents. I forgot what the term is called, but it's almost like they're divorcing him. That could be literally or figuratively. When I say divorcing, I mean he's too old at this point. I think he's like the age of majority, so they can't really do that. But maybe divorcing him in a way where it's like, we don't want to have anything to do with you. Close to infamy, I have substances and poison. So that could be what he ends up being known for. Under despair and personal unaliving and rage, I have aliens, and it's a depiction of 3 young children looking at something hovering over their home, like a craft or something hovering over their home. They're also drawing my attention to the Queen of Wands, who looks almost kind of like a zombie. It says courage, confidence, independence, and determination. And this is around despair, personal unaliving, rage, and aliens. I'm not really sure what I'm to understand from this. Let's see. I also have fire. And with the Knight of Wands, it looks like, what is that movie? The Shining. Yeah, Jack Nicholson, I believe. Passion, adventure, impulse, inspired action. Yeah, I'm getting the impulsiveness. And then with the fire, I feel like with the impulsiveness, it's kind of like someone could get hurt being impulsive, and like, yeah, surrounding the rage and surrounding the thing that was standing out to me about, now it's feeling like determination. Yeah, so this person that looks like a zombie-ish kind of person, they actually just don't have any skin. So I don't know if something might happen, like where someone might get burned in a fire, whether it's intentional or unintentionally, like maybe setting the home on fire. I'm also thinking about the Menendez brothers, where, you know, I guess the depiction in the movie was that they planned everything and went inside the home and did what they did to their parents and left. So it was very intentional. Also, there's, you know, obviously the thing as the term roid rage. So there could be some rage just in general from what I had explained in the previous channel messages and messages regarding Clavicular and his background. And the rage mixed with the substances could create, with aliens, that I'm getting unfamiliar, like an unfamiliar person to them. Like, where did this come from? Like, why is he like this? And that could leave him, like, maybe after performing this sort of act, it could leave him in a position where he could feel like, I shouldn't have done what I did. And it could cause him to do a personal unaliving. Again, alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I have spouse, partner, party. I feel like he doesn't take his partners seriously. Like whoever, like the women and stuff like that he meets, I think it's just for the optics. He might not even be attracted to women. He might just you know, I don't know if you want to call it asexual, but he might just be more concerned, like kind of what I was saying with the American Psycho. He just might be more concerned and obsessed with himself than anything else. I remember also something I was watching recently that they were suggesting that he might be a yacht boy. Anybody who's not familiar with that term, it's someone who is basically like a rented person for their whatever services that they can provide in all kinds of ways to the wealthy. War and strife. That's over the legal proceedings and the couple. So that this could also create a problem between his parents, like they could be at odds due to there's something about, or maybe there's also a possibility, I guess maybe a timeline where Clavicular could be held accountable for his actions in some way, shape, or form, and his parents might not want to have anything to do with it, or might not want to defend him or assist him, or they might be held accountable for how he turned out. We have water, crime of passion, and landfill. So yeah, with the crime of passion, there's like a lot of unalived people on the ground, and that could be related to what I mentioned earlier about we need to talk about Kevin. With the landfill, there could be, what am I getting from landfill? I don't know if I need to do like any sort of clarification. Landfill, and they're trying to draw my attention to fire, maybe destroying some sort of evidence. Now they're drawing my attention to the, what is it? The Moonology cards. So open to change, new moon in Aquarius, full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension and push through any insecurity. Okay. What chakra is that? That looks like the third eye chakra. That's full moon in Cancer. Yeah. So there could be that he's acting very, again, impulsively, emotionally. And again, the insecurity part is standing out to me as well. So the insecurity could be, yeah, and they're just drawing my attention to the 8 of Swords, which is usually, you know, you're a prisoner of your own making. I'm seeing the word isolation, abandonment, and restriction. So he could be in his emotions. And yeah, maybe he might have difficulty pushing through whatever challenges that created however he is behaving now. Meaning the things that he's doing to himself, like the self-harm, that he might not interpret as self-harm. And I feel like he's not, it's new moon and change. I feel like with the new moon, it is when things are hidden. So there could be something that's either, maybe he's not open to change, or maybe there is a possibility for change. They're bringing me back to impulse and the 8 of Wands. Sorry, excuse me. It's the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's something that could be done in the dark that comes to light eventually. Bringing me back to the landfill and like maybe disposing of something. I still didn't really get anything from the water. But it's right under the full moon in Cancer, and water usually represents a lot of emotions. So it could be that. Or maybe someone could be no, I don't think so. I would say someone could be disposed of in the water, but I don't think that that's what it is. Let's see what else we have. We have the Suit of Pentacles. Which one is this? This is the King of Pentacles. The man who has everything. So yeah, I saw another clip as well where he was saying that he owned a boat. And that could also go along with maybe things that his parents don't know about. And it's like, where did he get the money from? Because that was also something that was brought up in the YouTube video that I saw, where it's like, where is he getting the money in comparison to, I guess, however people watch other people's metrics? It's like he has things that maybe someone in his position might not have financial access to. And if he's not close to his parents, then where is the money coming from? Is it the yacht boy situation, or is it something else? And with the Suit of Pentacles, I have 5 of Pentacles. destitute, alone, terrified for the future. There's a depiction of a lady that seems to be tied up in like a dungeon or a basement. The gentleman, I can't remember his name, but there's somebody who what they were saying were basically sponsoring him. Clavicular, allegedly, that was allegedly sponsoring him and his lifestyle as the yacht boy, as a yacht boy. And he made a statement. I'm going to try and paraphrase what it was, so I don't remember word for word, but the statement was something along the lines of wanting to, basically almost like Elon Musk, like wanting to start like a whole brand new society. And the society might be one where everyone looks like a clavicular, like they're just like perfectly made. I'm trying to remember the exact thing that he said, but it was something along those lines. But I do see the representation of greed, kind of like bullying or charging. And I'm also getting drawn back to destitute and alone, 5 of Pentacles. So he could be taking advantage. Yeah, he definitely could be funding him, and or kind of like, if you don't do what I say, then you're gonna have nothing. Yeah, I'm being drawn back to the Queen of Wands. Courage, confidence, independence, and determination. They're giving me, what is that guy's name again? Ed Gein? Where he dressed up as, like he put women's skin on. I don't know what that has to do with anything though. Spouse, partner. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're trying to say with this. He could be jealous of the women that he's around as well. Or he could either treat them poorly or do something to them, or maybe even unalive one of them, whether it be accidentally, like, hey, try this combination of things, or actually do something to them because they're pointing to the fire again. Or it could be, again, through the use of substances or a poison. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm getting. Also, just in reference to the Scorpio. Yeah, just when a Scorpio feels like they've been hurt or wronged, that they can retaliate. And also the fact that he opened up a club recently. He could feel that if he, like, any like form of rejection could cause him to, you know, obviously have you know, a reaction to someone that he might, like any women that he might have any sort of interest in, and maybe cause them to act a certain way. Because I did see an incident where he kicked someone out of a Sprinter van where that wasn't either agreeing with him or something. They had some kind of disagreement, and he kicked them out and didn't really care. There's also, from the video that I had posted on my other channel, on my YouTube channel, there was a video of him running over someone with a car, which is not alleged because the video's there. And yeah, he said, "Oh well," to the person passing away. So that kind of gives you an idea of where his mind is at. They're trying to guide me to look at the bottom of the deck of the Fallen Angels deck, False Promises. So he could probably be luring people through parties. They're trying to, again, reference the partying and the substances. So he could be trying to lure people through partying. I'm also getting that this is like the reading's kind of dragging on a little bit. Like it's not really much more information to give. So I think we're going to end it there. We'll see what happens when it comes to Clavicular. I find him a very interesting person. It's like almost like an archetype that someone would need to study to find out exactly what's going on with him. Because like I said, I looked up sociopath, psychopath, trying to see like what type of path, what type of pathology he might have. So yeah, we'll see what happens to him. I know I wish him the best because he's a young kid. I mean, this is a little bit early to kind of be throwing your life away with the way that he has been, but we don't know our life paths and what lessons we could be teaching other people through our actions. So yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. This is the reading for Clavicular, aka Braden Peters, and it's the cheat code.